All right, let's build the ultimate cheat sheet. We're going to take all those core architectural fundamentals for Google Cloud Platform, all the big ideas, and pull them together into one single story. This is how you go from just using the cloud to truly mastering it. This quote right here, it perfectly nails the huge mindset shift we're talking about. It's not about just using cloud services anymore. It's about being the architect. See, a solid foundation isn't just about the tech. It's about getting consistent governance, rock-solid security, and the ability to scale like crazy, all while seeing exactly what's going on. So, every great building project, every great city, it starts with a philosophy, a core belief system. In our world, in cloud architecture, that's our why. It's the big idea that guides every single decision from here on out. And that why is really captured by the Google Cloud Well-Architected framework. You can think of it like the architect's creed. It's the promise that you're not just building something that works, you're building something that works well, something that's secure, efficient, resilient, the whole shebang. This is our North Star. The framework itself is built on these 6 pillars. And here's the thing you have to get. These are not just a bunch of technical checkboxes. Nope, these are fundamental business goals. We're talking about operational excellence, security, reliability. These are the big questions that really decide if your cloud architecture is a success or not. Okay, so we've got our philosophy down. We know why we're building. The next logical question is where, right? Where are we actually going to build this thing? And that brings us to the core patterns of deployment. And I love how this is phrased. It really hits home how big this decision is. Are you building a small local outpost, a big regional capital, or a sprawling global empire? The pattern you pick right now is going to define everything about your application's reach and its toughness. So the trick is just matching the pattern to what you're trying to do. Are you just starting out, maybe spinning up a dev or test environment? Zonal is perfect. It's lean, it's cost-effective. But what if you need your app to stay up, even if a whole data center goes down? Well, then you're looking at a regional pattern, spread across multiple zones. And of course, if you're taking on the world, serving a global audience, you got to go with a global archetype for that low latency and rock-solid resilience. But let's be real, it doesn't always stop there. The world is usually a lot more complicated, right? You've got the hybrid archetype, which is amazing for connecting your own on-prem data center with Google Cloud, perfect for migrations. And then there's multi-cloud, which just accepts the reality that, hey, you might be using services from a few different cloud providers. The key is that these aren't totally separate ideas. They're really just extensions of those basic zonal, regional, or global patterns. So we have our why, our philosophy. We have our where, our deployment pattern. So now it's time for the how. Let's get into the actual blueprint. And this is where the landing zone comes into play. Now, don't let the name trip you up. It's not a single zone. Think of it as the entire foundational setup for your whole organization in the cloud. It's the city map, it's the zoning laws, it's where the utility lines run, and you absolutely have to have this figured out before you even think about deploying a serious enterprise workload. And designing one really boils down to these 4 critical things. First up, identity. Who gets access to what? You got to lock that down. Second, your resource hierarchy. You need a logical way to organize everything so you don't end up with total chaos later. Third, network design. How will all your different services talk to each other and to the outside world securely? And finally, of course, security controls. You have to set the rules of the road for your entire environment. If you get these 4 right, you're setting yourself up for a huge win. All right, we've nailed down the why, the where, and the how. Time for the final and maybe most important piece, the what, the actual physical stuff that we can deploy as code. I just love this line. It's so true. It cuts right through all the noise. You can have the most beautiful design documents and diagrams in the world, but they mean absolutely nothing until you can actually build the thing. We have to turn our plan into reality, into code. And that's precisely what the Enterprise Foundation's blueprint is. It isn't just a document. It's a real set of deployable Terraform assets. It's basically Google packaging up all their best practices into a starter kit, so you can stand up a secure, well-governed, totally enterprise-ready environment from day one. And the payoff for using a blueprint like this? It's huge. You get things like consistent governance and security controls from the very beginning, not bolted on as an afterthought. The whole thing is designed for massive scale, and it gives you the visibility you need to actually manage it all. But the real game changer is that it lets you deploy your actual applications way, way faster, because all that heavy lifting for the foundation is already done for you. And that speed, that acceleration, that's the real payoff, isn't it? So once you've done the work, once you have this solid, secure, scalable foundation, what can you build on top of it? This right here is the whole point. All that work, the framework, the patterns, the landing zone, the blueprint, it all leads to this moment. It means you can stop worrying about the plumbing and the electrical, and you can start deploying the really cool, high-value stuff quickly and safely. Think about something like generative AI. These models are hungry. They need secure access to tons of data and massive amounts of compute. With your foundation in place, all that secure networking and identity stuff is already there. You get to focus on the cool AI, not the boring infrastructure. Or what about supporting hundreds, maybe thousands of developers? Instead of every single team reinventing the wheel with their own pipelines and security checks, you can just deploy a central developer platform. This gives them the guardrails to move fast without breaking things, because your foundation is that secure base layer for everyone to build on. And of course, data platforms. I mean, for most businesses today, handling sensitive data and running big analytics is just non-negotiable. A strong foundation makes sure that your data architecture is built with the right security, compliance, and governance from the absolute beginning, which is just critical. So there you have it. We went all the way from a high-level philosophy to a physical, deployable reality. From the well-architected framework to an enterprise-grade foundation ready to go. The groundwork is done, the foundation is set, so the only question left is, what are you going to build?